I've lived it in it, so I know that you can get lost and you can get swayed because life happens. It's about your reaction, though. It's about what you do or the things that you have in place to ensure that that downtime isn't a downtime forever.
It's very important to understand yourself, understand your strengths, understanding who you are.
We have a choice to learn even during the biggest madness that could happen to us in our lives.
I think another thing that goes with self-reflection is also spending time by yourself in isolation. I think there's a point in life where there's points in life where you have to kind of isolate yourself, spend time by yourself, and not always be around a crowd to kind of figure out what you want to do and figure out yourself.
Welcome to another episode of Pioneer Space Podcast. I'm here myself, FDS.
I'm Daps.
It's Kelechi here. And today we're going to start off by talking about purpose and purposeful living. So I'm going to put it to the floor. What does purpose mean to you both?
For me, purpose is having a destiny which is bigger than you, or having a goal which will outlive you. So having something in life that kind of keeps you going, keeps you motivated, and is bigger than you and contributes to your, to your life purpose or to your life goals, I would say.
Purpose to me, similar to what you said, is essentially, finding something that's bigger than you, finding something that, when we're talking legacies, what sort of ideas, what sort of depictions of yourself do you want people to have once you're gone? For me, an altruistic person by nature, I like to help a lot. I yearn for knowledge. I know what it is to come from a place where you weren't supposed to win. I understand what it is that you've got to do to ensure that you're not just part of the bottle, you are the bottle. So for me, the purpose behind my life is understanding the sort of legacy that I want to live here, the kind of effect that I want to have in this world. I'm not that greedy to keep it to myself. I feel like that's how we grow as a people. So yeah, purpose for me is understanding what's bigger than you, what sort of legacies that you want to live. And, in a religious aspect as well is, what God has already set for you to achieve. So maktub is what we say. So it's written. So essentially finding what's written for you and living in that.
Cool.
And also understanding what are people going to say about you once you pass, all right? What legacy? I love that word, legacy. Like, what legacy are you going to leave behind?
Precisely.
And how are you going to contribute to this world?
Yeah. No, I like those answers. I think, I echo both what you said. I think for me, it's your why. It's what gets you up in the morning. It's what kind of keeps you at peace. Like, if you have purpose, you don't feel lost. No matter how difficult life can be, you know what your goals are, you know what you stand for, etc. So, okay.
No, I like that. When we talk about, I don't want to conflict both ideas though, because I think you've touched upon something that's really, really interesting when you said you don't get lost. You can get lost, yeah? I believe you can get lost in it. But having that structure, having the understanding of that why and having the reason behind what you're doing ensures that when you do get lost, it's an easy fix, or you know what to do to get back on track. It's very important that, because I've lived it, right? I've lived it in it, so I know that you can get lost and you can get swayed because life happens. It's about your reaction, though. It's about what you do or the things that you have in place to ensure that that downtime isn't a downtime forever, or for a longer period of time.
Just to add to that as well, I feel like your purpose also shifts. Like, your purpose...
It's not static. Like.
Yeah, it's not static. It's constantly growing and it's constantly changing, right? So you could identify your purpose today, but in 10 years' time, even in a year's time, your purpose might shift, depending on what season you're in, depending on, what
life's cooked up for you.
Yeah, what life's cooked up for you. Having kids, having a family, etc. Like, your purpose is going to shift. It becomes bigger. Obviously, you've always wanted to have that, whatever, if that's what you wanted for yourself. But, your purpose is going to shift. your purpose is going to grow. So you need to be constantly growing and improving yourself and being intentional, being in alignment with where God wants you to be so that you can actually walk in your purpose, you know?
Yeah. And you saying that your purpose shifts, and I guess it does as we go on this journey of life. Why is it important to be self-reflective as we're growing, life's changing? Because you might feel like your purpose is the same, but it might need to be altered, it might need to change. Like, why is it important to reflect?
I like that you said it might need to change. I like that you said that because sometimes it changes. You're forced to change. You're forced to become a better person, a better version of yourself. We talk about self-reflection. When life happens, at certain times you can't find that old you anymore. I don't know. You go through loss, for example. You get a paradigm shift. You get everything changes, you know. Part of the problem is you search for what you recognized. And I know for me, I love my sister dearly. You guys know that. She passed, right? And for me, part of the issue was, not even issue, but part of that process was trying to find the FDS that I recognize, the person that I knew. That's part of the issue in itself. That person isn't about. You have to embrace this new you know? So when we say you might have to change, no, life can force you to change. How you embrace that determines whether or not it's going to be a positive change or not. And I can say, hand on heart, I've become a better person. I've become a lot calmer. My reactions to certain things, some things aren't worthy of my time. You know, that's the person that taught me what love was before I knew what love was. You understand what I'm trying to say? You know, feeling something and not knowing what it was, but that was that. So for me, it's like the reflective part of it is almost forced upon you at times, because it's like, how was life like before? Why was I this way? And then you start to realize that the way that you're snapping before, or the way that you're reacting to certain things before, was maybe you was trying to mask certain things. And now it's like, no, like go through every single emotion. Go through every single emotion, live through every single emotion, come out a better person. And I can say, hand on heart, that's probably been that for me. But I didn't mean to cut you off there, my boy. It's just, you said that and I thought, I guess it can be an option, but more time, life can say, you're changing today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And just to touch upon that as well, I think there's seasons. You know, there's different seasons for different things. There's a Bible verse that I always love to reflect on, where it talks about seasons and there's a time for everything.
Do you remember it?
I think it's from, you put me on the spot here, but I think it's Ecclesiastics. It might be chapter 4, but
Okay.
yeah, I can verify that. Oh, 3.
No, but it's cool. I like that. I like
Cool.
that. And that ties into what we're talking about purpose, right? So you found bits and pieces in Bible verses. Do you get what I'm saying to you? You're guided by certain parts of that. So it's really good, even though you might not remember exactly where it's from, you kind of know where it's from. Like, so that's all right. Don't feel bad about not
No.
remembering it, you know
I
what
don't
I
feel
mean?
bad. It's just,
But yeah, it's a nice little one.
But cool, we've spoken about purpose, but I don't think we've really hit home of why it's important to have purpose. And secondly, like, what kind of governs your purpose? Because I feel like, Daps, you've made some references to your faith. I think for me, that's the main governing factor behind my purpose. That's what kind of, I don't know, that's what gives me my structure in terms of my purpose, whether that's, okay, cool, whether that's interpersonally, whether that's with my career, whether that's like what kind of grounds me and what kind of keeps me going. But yeah, what would you guys say is
I mean,
the
similar to
governing
you.
factor? Yeah.
Similar to you, like,